Sky gone gray, taste of metal, dust in my teeth, on my tongue. Your name carved in my leather, the last clean thing from when we were young. We just fall out, drifting through a burned out world. Ash on the dashboard, ghosts in a rusted swirl. If there's a future, it's written in the scars. We shout, hand in my hand, through the fallout, billboard bones on the highway, wind sings through twisted steel. I still see you in the rearview, like the past forgot to heal. We just fall out, drifting through a burned out world. Ash on the dashboard, ghosts in a rusted swirl. If there's a future, it's written in the scars. We shout, hand in my hand, through the fallout. If the sun rises, we'll paint our own light on the walls. If the sky still lies, we'll learn to live under the We just fall out, drifting through a burned out world. Ash on the dashboard, ghosts in a rusted swirl. If there's a future, it's written in the scars. We shout, hand in my hand, through the hand in my hand, through the fallout. Oh, through the fallout. Geiger clicks in my coat, map burned into my palm. Steel sky, rusted road, breathing in a silver calm. Valve door in my bed, all the faces in the glow. I walk out tiny path on a promise I don't show. I gotta run for the water chill, heart on empty, sand in my grip. Every mile another bad day.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. We've made it to Friday, didn't we? I hope y'all are looking forward to the weekends and you have some nice plans. I think tomorrow is supposed to be relatively nice, but here they're calling for rain on Sunday unless Mother Nature changes her mind. It happens. But fairly warm weather, 70s is pretty nice. We're getting that spring weather. And correct me if I'm wrong, but we have to change our clocks for Sunday, don't we? Isn't that daylight savings time? Lord, I'll be honest with you, I wish they would just leave it alone. You know, change it so we get that extra hour sleep and then leave it alone. Stop changing it. There's really no purpose at this point. No point. You know, they used to say it's for the farmers. I don't know how it's really benefiting them that much. Not to mention with all the technology we have nowadays, but whatever. All right, so we've been playing Final Fantasy Tactics. If you are behind on that, there are videos and playlists over on YouTube, so make sure you check it out. Tons of other games as well throughout my whole streaming career, so to speak. So today we're going to try Fallout, the first Fallout. A little different. It's turn-based, so it's not a first-person shooter or even a third-person shooter. It is completely turn-based and mouse. You don't really use the keyboard unless you're typing something. For the most part, it's just the mouse, no controller. It wouldn't even make sense to play this game with a controller, the way they designed it. It's it's a little old school. You'll see what I'm saying as we play. It's a little bit more difficult, in my opinion, especially just starting out. Still trying to get the hang of it. You have to have your eyes open because you miss things very easily. There's no holding your hand in this. You kind of have to figure where you got to go. They don't really tell you much. And the best part is, the first half of the game, you're timed, in a sense. You have to find the water chip, and you have a certain number of days to do it in. Whereas in some of the other RPG games, the clock would be like story based, right? So a day wouldn't go by until you've completed these things, and then a day would go by. So you don't usually actually run out of time. But in this, you can actually run out of time, and your people will die. So you have to find the water chip within 100 and some days, and save your people. And then, my understanding, the rest of the game is not timed. So whereas usually in old school RPG games, you would spend time to try to level up and strengthen your character, you can't really do that in this game because you can end up running out of time. And from what I've seen, I'm having difficulties because I played it a little bit prior, finding the water chip. You'll see. I don't want to spoil too much as we're playing. We're going to start a new game, and let's see. All right, let's turn the sound back up. All right, new game. So we got to create a character, and we can choose one of their generic characters, or we can create our own. So you have Mr. Max Stone. It says Stone to his friends Maxwell is the largest person currently living in the vault. He's known for his strength and stamina. He would make the ideal volunteer due to the tremendous size and strength. It is unfortunate that his intelligence was affected after birth when the labor bot dropped him on his head. He doesn't care that he might have to leave the vault. Okay, then there's his stats and whatnot. Then we have Natalia, is the grandchild of the Russian diplomat who worked at the Soviet consulate in Los Angeles. She is a talented acrobat with excellent coordination reflexes. She's extremely intelligent and resourceful. Her only difficulty as a young child was understanding personal property laws. Natalia is very interested in leaving the vault and curious to explore the outside world. Then you have Albert. Albert is a charismatic leader of a small vocal minority of the vault population that is considering life on the outside world. Dedicated to the role of a negotiator, he is often able to communicate efficiently between different parties. His professed occupation is closest to what was once known as a lawyer. Albert is often able to convince others that his ideas are correct. He only got 28 hit points. And he's good with small guns, sort of, and it's mostly speech and barter. Alright, so you got 3 characters that you can choose from generically. It looks like you can modify, and then you can also create a character. So I guess we're going to create a character. The downfall is you won't have a little picture there. Which I don't know if it continues on in the game with the picture anyways. Alright, so we're at average right now with our character points. We currently have 30 hit points. So, let's see. Strength is good for physical characters. Modifies hit points, melee damage, and carry weight. We have 5 points to use, so let's put a strength up. Perception. A high perception is important for a sharpshooter. Modifies sequence and range, combat, distance modifiers. That would be good. Do that. Endurance. Let's see. Modifies hit points, poison, and radiation resistance, healing rate, and the additional hit points per level. Got 2 more points here. Charisma. A high charisma is important for characters that want to influence people with words, NPC reactions, and barter prices. High intelligence is important for characters. Modify the number of new skill points per level, dialogue options, and many skills. I think that'd be kind of important too. Agility. Action points, armor class, sequence, and many skills. And then you have luck. Extremely high or low luck will often affect a character somehow. Events and situations will be changed by how lucky or unlucky your character is. So I think we're going to go with the ability. There's optional traits. They're usually not all that great, to be honest with you. Your rate is twice normal, means that you are much less resistant to radiation and poison, but your body heals faster. You're slower, but you're also bigger, so your strength is increased, but you are slow. Small frame, you're not slow, but you can't carry as much. One of your hands is very dominant. You excel with single-handed weapons, but two-handed weapons cause a problem. Your attacks show a lot of finesse. You don't do as much damage, but you cause more critical hits. Kamikaze. It says, not paying attention to any threats, you act a lot faster in a turn. This lowers your armor class to just what you are wearing, but you sequence much faster. So you swing harder, not better. Your attacks are very brutal, but lack finesse, so probably more likely to miss. So we're probably not even going to use these because they usually have negative effects. Since you spent more time improving your skills than a normal person, you start with better skill levels. The trade-off is that you do not gain as many extra abilities. So that's not very good. So we're going to avoid these. So we got tag skills, we can choose 3. So, that being said... Hey, Crow, how's it going? Welcome. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Me and my brother-in-law are reciting what got me and him best friends when I first met him and my wife. Yeah? Okay. Alright, let's do... Doctor. Speech and barter is at 50%. That's relatively high, the group. I don't know what good knowledge of the outdoors, ability to live off the land, the knowledge of plants and animals. Not exactly sure what it does for you. Really want to steal. Do that. And the oldest you can be is 35. Can't be any older than 35, even though I'm 41. It'll be male or female. And then we can type in our name. We're going to type in Rufus. So I've gotten a little younger. I'm 5 years younger now. Options. All right.
Ah, you're here. Good. We've got a problem. A big one. The controller chip for our water purification system has given up the ghost. Can't make another one, and the process is too complicated for a workaround system. Simply put, we're running out of drinking water. No water, no vault. This is crucial to our survival. And frankly, I think you're the only hope we have. You need to go find us another controller chip. We estimate we have 4 to 5 months before the vault runs out of water. We need that chip. We marked your map with the location of another vault. Not a bad place to start, I think. Look, just be safe. Okay?
Yeah. Truth be told, I started Fallout on Fallout 3. Never played Fallout 1 or 2. I think I got them for free on Steam, to be honest with you. Just never got around to trying it. And then I got curious one day, especially after I heard it was a turn-based game. Because I grew up playing a lot of turn-based RPGs, Final Fantasy and whatnot. So I tried to give it a try. It's a little different, and I'm still trying to kind of get used to the controls and how things are done. Honestly, a part of me would be kind of curious if, like, it was remade, excuse me, more like a Final Fantasy RPG, turn-based. Instead of kind of how they did it here, what it would look like, you know, in that sense. You know, they actually have some RPGs where the characters have guns and whatnot, so it could be interesting. Oh, I'm about to get attacked. I don't have any armor yet. Got ammo. I think I'm gonna need 5 AP. Yep. So I can't attack him because see these green dots? That's my action points. I need 5 action points and I only got 4. So at this point I could switch maybe to the knife. And I can use my knife. Okay, and then I got 1 action point left. I can switch back to the gun. Now, also keep in mind, just about everything in this game takes action points. If I want to open up my inventory, I have to have a certain number of action points, which I don't have enough to even open up my inventory. Which I think that's kind of silly. That should not require action points to look in my pocket. Yeah, it's kind of silly they did that. So there's some things in this game that I'm like, okay, that's cool, and there's other things I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. But it is kind of old school. Save a lot. Honestly, most Fallout games you're going to want to save a lot because of the bugs and stuff that happen, especially like Fallout 3. I remember playing Fallout 3 even on console. You had to make sure you had multiple saves because it was really easy to corrupt a save. And so, you know, and then there would be glitches. Like one of the worst glitches that I ran into, or bugs, was Fallout 3 when you went to the pit. Okay? And I like that DLC, and I like the infiltrator you get afterwards. But you have to jump up on the roof of buildings. Okay? And you get up on the roof of the building, and you think you're walking, and then you fall through the roof. There's not supposed to be a hole there. You don't see a hole there, but there's a bug where all of a sudden there's a hole, and you fall right through and you die. And so your 2 options are to kind of guess and jump, or for me, was to reinstall the DLC. Now with PC, it might not be big as an issue, especially if you got Game of the Year edition. At the time, I had separate discs, and I had to reinstall the DLCs to do that. So there was times I got tired of it. I'm like, well, the hole's right about here. We're just going to keep jumping until we can jump over the hole. So people are making Fallout 2 into a FPS type Doom game. Yeah, I saw a video clip of that. That's an interesting concept. And see that would be an interesting thing, like I talked about, maybe remaking it to be more like Final Fantasy, where you have your sprites on the screen and whatnot. But also, what would be kind of interesting is to remake it as a first-person shooter kind of game. Try to remake it like Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4. Why not? graphics would be a little bit better and whatnot. You know, you play it just like the others, same storyline, just the gameplay would be different. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff they could do if they really wanted to. Alright, I gotta end my turn here. I'm gonna get bit. Oh, I did not get bit. Look at that. Alright. Let's shoot the rat. Rat is dead. Now I can go like this, and I can try to loot it, which he doesn't have anything. Alright, can I go back in to the vault from here? The door is too large to open manually. Use the terminal in the vault and world. I know you can get back in the vault. So I gotta leave the cave before I can come back in. You see bones. Search the bones. Oh, look at that. Some bullets. Another knife that we could sell later. And you will miss a lot. You're 44, 40. Let's see, we can also go like this, which will allow us to do like a bats thing. 44 is the body. Alright, you're dead. And you missed. And we got bit in the butt. All right. How's our... I don't have enough. Oh, we're done with combat here. How's my ammo? 7 out of 12. Another rat here somewhere. There it is. It's coming! And the other thing we can do is reload. Should that we are reloaded. To the west, you can see natural light for the first time in your life. You are looking at the outside world. You think these might be horned kangaroo bones, but you cannot be sure. They are too weathered to make a final determination. All right, and so the mouse controls all this. It's like if your mouse down here, you're gonna go way over there. All right, so we can actually enter the vault. Try this. There should be a way I can enter the vault here. For vault 13. There was a way to enter the vault. Maybe you have to kill all the rats before you can do that. I guess I didn't kill him. There we go. We are getting a little bit of experience points. Guys, give me just a second. I gotta go deal with a barking dog. All right. Hey, Romans, how you doing? Oh, just got a message from my wife. Give me just a second. So, how's y'all's gas prices? Have they gone up any? Here where I live, we have a few stations that are cheaper, and then we have others that are usually kind of up there. And so the last station I saw was a little bit more expensive than the cheaper stations. It was at $2.99, whereas lots of times the cheaper stations will be about $2.69, sometimes $2.80. And so I noticed, well, my wife messaged me this morning on her way to work and said where she got was $3.30 something. And I went checking, and some of the cheaper gas stations that are normally $2.69, they're at $3 a gallon now. I guess it's to pay for our war with Iran, I guess. I don't know, I'm 36 and never learned to drive. Well, it's expensive. Between the car payment and the car insurance and putting the gas in the car, don't forget when you have to replace things. You know, one of my New Year's gifts this year was $500 for 4 new tires, which was horrible. $500 is a lot of money. When I first started driving in my, we'll say, mid-20s, you could get a used car for under $10,000. My first car was $4,000. Nowadays, you buy a used car, most of the time you're looking at close to $20,000 for a used car, and that's just ridiculous. I mean, it used to be $20,000 bought you a new car, and now it's a used car. That tells you how greedy our corporate overlords are getting. But then you got the price of gas, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if gas keeps going up in price, you have a few options that I can think of. Well, I'll say 4 options. Suck it up and just pay for outrageous gas. Get a hybrid and save gas because it bounces between electric and gas, but you won't need to plug your car in. Okay? So your gas mileage will be better as long as that hybrid battery is working. The hybrid battery dies, well, then it just works like a regular gas-powered car, from my understanding. Or get a full electric car. You don't have to stop and get gas, but you might have to stop to charge. So you got to make sure you'll find charging stations. I know where I live, several people, they charge their car at home. So it depends on how much you travel, basically. But then you wouldn't have to buy gas at all. It just adds to your electric bill, I guess. Or the final option is we can completely go to the auto industry. We can go back to horse and buggies and walking. Kind of sucks if you work like an hour away, though. Yeah, I mean, hey, I understand the cost of driving. I took driver's ed in high school and got my permit. And I had my permit for about 5 years. The reason why I had my permit for 5 years was because we couldn't afford car insurance. Because the way car insurance works is it's high, it's expensive for inexperienced drivers. In order to be seen as a experienced driver, you have to have your driver's license, not your permit, your driver's license, an indoor, high-priced insurance for 3 years minimum. That's the only way to lose that inexperienced status. So you could have a permit, you could have driven for 20, 30 years and be one of the best drivers in the world, and it ain't going to matter. You're still going to be seen as inexperienced because you didn't have your driver's license for at least 3 years. And I figured permit, you know, driving with a parent in the car or whatever is better than not driving at all. So I had my permit for 5 years. Finally was able to get a job, and they gave me the chance, because see, the issue is a lot of employers want you to have a driver's license in a car because they want you to be able to get there. They don't care if you can walk, they don't care if you can ride a bus, they don't care if you got a ride, they don't care, they want a driver's license. So I was lucky enough to get a supervisor who was like, okay, we're going to hire you under the understanding that after, you know, a period of time, you'll get your driver's license. Because it's that catch-22. You know, you got to have a car to get a job, but you got to have a job to get a car. And so luckily, you know, he was willing to work with me, so I worked for several months getting some money, and then got money together and went down and bought that $4,000 vehicle. And so at that time, I went and took the driver's test. And the only thing they said to me was, make sure you put both hands on the steering wheel. Because I'd been driving so much, I was used to driving with one hand. Although, you know, the question comes to mind is, if you're driving a standard transmission, you can't always have both hands on the wheel. You gotta shift, right? But I thought the driving portion was a joke. At least, you know, where I had it done. You just basically, you know, you went through your process in the parking lot. You left the parking lot, you know, make sure you use your turn signals, all that mess. We went down the street a short ways, probably not even a mile. And then we took a right down a side street. And then we stopped on the side of the road, 3-point turnaround, back straight up, and then that was it. That was my driving test. Like, it. This was a waste of my time. I should have been like to the examiner. I said, hey, y'all, you want to go to McDonald's? Let's go to McDonald's, right? Hell, the people around here, they can't drive worth a darn. And they're constantly speeding. You know, the speed limit's 55. They're doing about 65, 70. Most of the sheriff deputies don't pull people over for speeding. It's the state troopers, I guess, that do, and they're, you know, you could go weeks without seeing one. So it's ridiculous, but you do what you can, and you do what you gotta. You know, the pro of walking is you get more exercise, right? Or ride a bike. I see several people walking to work. I don't know where they work, but I've seen people walk. All right, let's see here. Let's say done. We're doing a little extermination here. Okay, we got one coming. All right. Die, rat. Comes the next one. Alright, we probably should look into reloading. So we got 6 bullets left. Wow. This was epic. Let's try this again. Kill that rat. Here it comes. We got another one over here to the left. Still alive. Right, we're gonna end our turn. Ah, it bit me. The vaults are like tombs. One cave in and you are not coming out. Where are you? Large pile of bleached animal bones. At least you think all the bones are animal. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a rat over here. alive. Really? Got two over here. That was a good hit. This some? I guess this is nothing here. There he comes. See a cave wall, look at that. Got three more over here. One more, I believe. Let me back in? I know you can get back in somehow. I did it. At some point. Alright, well maybe we just need to come back at a later time then. Because there is stuff you can pick up in there. You can talk to people. I believe these are the Raiders. down this way. Nope, I'm wrong. Down up this way. There is a town from way down there, though. There it is. Welcome to Shady Sands, stranger. Please holster that weapon while you're here. Good day, I am called Seth. How can I help you? Like some information. Information? What do you want to know about? I want to know about this. Shady Sands is a peaceful community. We have our own irrigation system so we can grow our own food. If we were not plagued with raiders and rat scorpions, we would have no problems. I want to know about the rat scorpions. Those damn rat scorpions have been after our Brahmins since we moved here. Not a week goes by that someone doesn't get poisoned trying to keep them out of the pens. Last week they took my brother Jarvis. See, that's the other thing. It's like they don't give you a chance to read it. I don't know if there's a way to slow that down. They took my brother Jarvis. Raslow, our doctor, is looking for an antidote as quickly as he can. Hey, if you have the means to help us, why don't you talk to our leader, Aradish? What about the raiders? There are several groups of raiders. I organize guards like on to help fight them off. There is one band to the southeast of here. Watch out for them. You can also barter. I do need some rope. Yeah, I got 2 knives. Let's see here. 40 minus 22 is 18? Yeah, you have to do math. Otherwise, you can end up scammed. Alright, we got some rope. Then you gotta hit talk, and then you have to say nothing else, thanks. You should speak to our Dasher leader. He likes to meet all visitors. He should be in the town hall. You can also talk to you. Welcome to Shady Sands Travel. My name is Katarina. My job is to greet strangers and help them understand our village. We find that there are fewer problems if you listen to what I have to say. Tell me more about yourself. My life was very boring. I was raised in a vault. I lived there for many years. Unfortunately, we were crowded and life was very bad. There was a scheme and many people left, taking with them the best equipment. Tried to stay in the vault, but then we were attacked. I was hurt and I ended up here. Now I try to help people. What should I do if I get hurt? Well, if you can't get to a doctor, you will need to heal yourself. Stim packs are a common healing item. Use them on yourself to heal minor wounds. First aid is a slower method, but is always available. For major wounds, you will need to use doctor skill. Or can I get some better equipment? You will have to do like we do, scavenge it or trade for it, and if you are attacked, your foes might provide equipment. If you live long enough to loot them, we are a peaceful community, so we mostly trade items we cannot produce. Tell me more about bartering. Bartering is the exchange of goods. You give some items, and I give you some items, and blah, 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 blah. Tell me about the rest of the world. I know very little of the outside world. Escaped from a vault when it was attacked. Unfortunately, I was very hurt and do not remember much of what happened, but Dharma was watching over me, and I was people of Shady Sands. I live here now. Have you spoken with Ian yet? He is a merchant guard who was hurt. He's recovering the guardhouse. Points to the east. Where was this vault of yours? Vault 15 is due east of here. We tried to make contact with some other vaults, but we always failed. I think it was the raiders who attacked my fellow dwellers. Be careful. You can also actually barter with her as well for stim packs. Don't you ever go to sleep. Well, I take cat naps when you're not around. Besides, I find the desert are very invigorating and healthy, and I never tire of looking at the stars. Imagine never seeing the night sky. I'm looking for a water chip. Seen one? As a matter of fact, yes, my old home Vault 15 had one. I haven't been there since I was hurt, but you might find what you're looking for there. Someone said that they tried to go to the vault to have a look around, but it was dark and the elevator was broken. I hope you're better prepared. Welcome, stranger. We don't see your kind often. Why not? Shady Sands don't need your kind from the hub or Junktown, or whether you come from, we do better good by ourselves. Last trader from the hub sold us a malfunctioning irrigation pump. We had it with your dirty deals. Got all wrong. I'm not like that. Oh, maybe you aren't. You seem a little different to me. I'll tell you what. You should go talk to Eridash. He's in the center of town. Hello, stranger. You look like you're new here. What's your name? I'm Rufus. Good to meet you. I'm Ian. What do you do here? I was a guard for the merchants of the hub. However, I was shot during a raid by bandits. I've been staying here since. The people have helped cover still my knowledge of the outside world and my experience make me useful here. Shady Sands my home now. Occasionally I get to visit Junktown or the hub to do some trading, since I'm the only person who has ever really left town. Where's the hub in Junktown? The hub is a big trading center to the south of Shady Sands. It's run by several different caravan groups of merchants. Water merchants, the Crimson Caravan, and the Fargo traders. But it's still a good place to drop in for drink. It's overseen by a fellow by the name of Darkwater, the local shopkeeper, sheriff, and mayor. We can pretty much barter with anybody.
Greetings. Your business in Shady Sands might be...
Oh, let's try this. I'm from a vault to the west. My people are dying of thirst and need a kind of water purifier chip for them to survive.
Wanderer, I shall believe you, for now. You may enter Shady Sands, but be warned, your every move will be watched. Certainly. What do you wish to know?
Can you tell me about the other towns around here?
Junktown lies south of here, though there is little in the way of visitation. From stories, I'm certain there are cities south of that.
Thanks. Can I ask you more
Certainly.
questions?
What do you wish to know?
What's going on around
Oh
here?
my, yes. Great packs of rad scorpions are killing our herds. We don't know where they're from, and no matter how many we kill, there's always more.
Go on.
And now the monsters are attacking my people. Roslo is trying to find a cure for their poison, but I'm not sure how it goes. Yes. Please, talk to Roslo. He possesses far more information on these creatures than I.
You'll have to come back in the morning. Please let us sleep in peace. It's late. Come back in the morning. Trying to kill some rad scorpions. Do you have anything to help? Why would I be able to help you kill rad scorpions? I'm a doctor, not a warrior. For that, you should see Eridash or even Andi or her boyfriend, Seth. Leave me. I need something for their poison. I had a sample of their poison. I could create a cure. Alright, well, I guess we better get out of there since it is 22:50. That is 10:50, almost 11 o'clock at night. Hi. Scout Handbook. What can I do with a Scout Handbook? I don't think there's stealing in this game. At least not that I'm aware of. I'd watched somebody playing, and they were taking stuff out of people's houses. I said, is there not stealing in this? He said, no. Okay. Hopefully that's true. When I was playing the game earlier, I wasn't really searching houses and whatnot. That. We have rifle bullets. That. BBs. I haven't run across any BB guns. Gonna leave the BB guns. The BBs. Bathroom. That's it. Oh, we have another section of town. I don't know if I ever went over here. Where are you? Another rope, we're gonna need that. You see a well. Too little water to supply your vault. Building there. Don't bother me. Look at the methods and ideas of scouting. Very practical information regarding outdoor life. It weighs 3 pounds. Read it. You learn a lot about wilderness survival. You see bottle caps. Oh. You learn a lot about wilderness survival. Alright, so we've learned quite a bit about wilderness survival. Now let's do a save. Alright, we can help them out with their scorpions, but I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. We're going to go to the vault. The scorpions are a little bit tougher than rats. Nothing like hiding. Sometimes they do that. Make sure that 8 out of 12 bullets. Lord, I've been sneezing. I think I'm getting a nose cold. There somewhere. There we go. Okay, they're both dead. Outdoors now, just a heavy piece of scrap metal. I mean, it looks like there's some bones there, but he's not picking it up. How dare you bite me? There is another rat over there. Can't hit that one. Or that one. Because I'm out of ammo. I've been bit. You were critically hit for no damage. The bruise will look nice, and maybe the scars will make good party talks. Alright, so some things I didn't know until I actually read was that is an actual locker right there. I just thought it was like background. You know, part of the decor. We have something big and nasty right here. We gotta take care of the little nasty first. Ah. Gotcha. And of course, they're carrying nothing. '49's the best. Need to get a little bit closer. I mean, the rat's right there. Most of these monitors, you can't really use them. I think there's another rat here somewhere. Players. If you're not careful, you won't see them either. There he is. Alright, so now we need to... Pretty sure I have to put the rope in my... There we go. Something big coming. Oh, here goes another one. Ah! Big rat. Nothing. Nothing in that toilet. I don't know how you could miss, but okay. It's right there. I got multiples. Add ammo. All right, jacket, which we definitely need some more rope. All right, so our current defense, armor class 6. Armor class is now 14. Now we're a little bit better, and our appearance has changed some. Isn't that nice? All right, we're gonna do a save. All right. Pretty sure there's a rifle in one of these bathrooms. Nope, nothing there. I'm pretty sure there was a rifle in one of those bathrooms. I'm gonna go back. Things can be very easy to miss in this game because it's hard to see. There's something right there, but he's not wanting to. There it is. Comes in very much handy. This is the ammo for it. Alright, so hunting rifle is fully loaded. Yeah. Aim it. Here it comes. Lockers here. This is another good one to have. It basically replaces the pistol. That was it. Basically like your pause button. My dog keeps being a pain in the butt and barking, and every little noise she hears. I'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
Red storm chewing on the roof pops. Plastic flags till the piano trips, stares at him. Rifle leaning on the counter, bartender's hands start to shake. One more bounty, one more border. He says, then maybe I break.
All right, let's get back to it. It's coming. All right, let's turn the audio back up. Select text delay. Try that. Maybe that'll affect it, make it better. All right. That's all I can get in here. How you miss? He's right there. Ouch. Large pile of rocks. They look indigenous to this region. Must be hitting something. First aid book. The library. You've seen all this equipment before in your vault library. There looks to be little of value left in this room. Been bit by a rat. We have magnums. We'll need later. Why does he keep doing that animation? Got 9 out of 30. Both weapons need to be loaded. Find the water chip. Stop the rad scorpion. Oh, I got some skill points. I must have went up a level. Alright, let's see. There's a rat. Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well here. He's moving a lot faster now. Look at that. $250. He ain't got that kind of money. Might find one you're looking for there. So unsure. Just tried to go to the vault to have a look around, but it was dark and the elevator was broken. I hope you better prepared. Got some bullets. Need bullets. Dude. How much do you want for all of them? 7. I don't need the pistol. Yeah. Because now we need to go play with some rad scorpions. Are you sure you want me to give you directions to the caves? I can't go, but I can show you the way. In armors. Alright, bullets is good. Here he comes. Missed. I'll take that tail, thank you. Still alive. Not seeing anything I can pick up. Oh, barely could see. I'll be right back. I gotta let my dog in. Sorry about that. Alright. Going after some more scorpions. Why'd you miss? There's bullets over here. Unless that was the bullets down there. Oh, I must need to reload. Here he comes. Already got this one, right? Oh, I got too much stuff in my inventory. Read the book, I think. The new ways to heal injury. Nope, still can't carry it. All them scorpions. Here he comes. All right, we have killed all the rat scorpions. Time to see if there's anything on the map for me to pick up. That's another scorpion I can't pick up. Alright. We want to go back to Shady Sand. Where I am, duh. I was grateful for destroying the rad scorpions. Thank you. Again, I hope you're doing well.
Ah, things are much more settled now. Raslo has been working on a cure for the rad scorpion poison, and with that, we should be able to fight what's left of them.
It was nothing. Can I ask some
Certainly.
questions?
What do you wish to know? Ah, things are much more settled now. Certainly. Junktown lies south of here, though there is little in the way of visitation. From stories, I'm certain there are cities south of that. Certainly. What do you wish to know?
I have a sample of rad scorpion poison. Can you do something with it? Let me see the sack. Yes, I can do something with it. Here, take this, a free sample. It seems to work well against rad scorpion stings, of course, but it shows much potential as a general anti-venom. Probably have to be hurt. That I would imagine. You rock. That's a throw. Do that.
Greetings. What may I...
Alright, let's see. Oh, he had a spear at one time. What happened to it?
Goodbye.
Gonna change again?
Greetings. What may I help you?
Yes, and now it's a spear.
Goodbye.
This tip pull arm, the shaft is wooden and the tip is worked steel. Minimum strength 4, weighs 4 pounds. So basically, at this point, we were told to go to Vault 15 to look for the water chip. Went to the Vault 15, found no hint of the water chip. And so, really, that's all we know. Nobody's telling me anywhere else to go to look for this water chip. So, it looks like we're done here at Shady Sands. So, I guess we have to go check out Junktown and the Hub to see if they know anything. But once again, nobody's really telling you where to go or what you need to do. Alright, so my total weight is 87. Does it tell me what my max weight is? You know, what the total I can carry is? Pick a perk, okay. You're more likely to notice details about people. Awareness will give more detailed information about them when you perform and examine. Experience in unarmed combat. You are more likely to move before your opponent in combat, since your sequence is +2. With each level of this perk, you will get a +1 bonus to your healing rate, thus you heal faster. With the night vision perk, you can see in the dark better. Each level of the perk will reduce the overall darkness level by 10%. That would be good. You have learned to better store your equipment on your person. With each level of this perk, the AP cost to access inventory in combat is reduced by 1. A smooth talker has learned to increase the options in dialogue without understanding what they are talking about. Each level of the perk will increase your intelligence by 1 for purposes of dialogue only. You can carry an additional 50 pounds of equipment for each level. That we do. Remaster the outdoors perk confers the ability to survive in hostile environments. You get a 20% bonus to outdoorsmen for survival purposes for each level of this perk. You're indeed a swift learner. With this perk, as each level will give you an additional 5% bonus whenever you earn experience points. Best purchased at an early level. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do it. Alright. Look at that. Alright. What was my here? Does it tell me? What is my carrying capacity? I do not think it's going to tell me. Killed 74 rats. Just says my weight's 87. It does not tell me what my capacity is. And your Pip-Boy really tells you hardly anything at all. Unlike in the other ones. Alright, that's all the time I got left, but thanks for coming and watching. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit those follow buttons. I'm usually live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then, of course, Friday. So Monday, we're going to get back to Final Fantasy Tactics, so make sure you stop on by. I hope y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.